So feet under hips. Let's pull the tummy in. Standing as tall as you can. Very slight nod of the chin, so you've got this lengthening at the back of the neck. Let's just roll the shoulders. A little MOT through all the joints. So shoulders first. And then let's take hands on shoulders. Let's breathe in to draw a circle up. And breathe out to come back and down. Breathing in and out slowly. And then just the right arm, starting to rotate through the upper body and the neck. So, eyes following hand. And just one more on this side. Let your hips, your back, just move freely at the moment. And the other arm. Breathing in on the way up, out on the way down. Eyes following hand. 2 more. And last one. Good. Let's rotate the full length of the spine. And then let's grip the hips and pelvis. Knees soft. Moving through pelvic tilt. So upper body is still and fixed so that we just move through the lower half of the body. Not much range there when we isolate it. Just one more. Good, and then with your knees soft, nice big circle of the hips. Go the other way. And then just give those arms and legs a shake for me, please. Let's go slightly wider with the feet. Thumbs in the breastbone for rotation. So now I want you to keep your hips still rather than let them move. Soften down the knees, breathe in. Breathe out, rotate to the right. And come center, inhale. Breathe out, rotate left. Come center, inhale. Couple more. So moving across the back of the ribs, thoracic spine, pushing the arms forward, a little bit further with the upper body, including the neck, but not moving through the lower back, not moving through the hips or pelvis. Couple more. And last one. Good. Come on down. Feet come a little bit narrower. Let's sway the arms forward and back. And when you're ready, weight transfers to toes and we lift the heels. We drop them softly down. We go higher with the arms if we can. We maintain neutral through the body. Breathing in on the way up. And out on the way down. Guys, come up on the toes and hold. Arms chest height. Let's start to pedal the feet. Opposite arm to leg. Now stay engaged through your core. Make sure your hips are not swaying. And find that point where you're up on both heels, then one drops, up on both, and then drop. Two more. And last one. Good, relax, give them a shake. And then standing tall once again, palms up. Let's do a waiter, breathe in, breathe out, squeeze, and turn your head to the right. Feel the stretch through the neck and shoulders. Come center, inhale. Exhale, squeeze, turn the head to the left. Good. Making a mental note of how that neck is feeling. So I feel like I've got much more movement on this side, not so much on the other one. Couple more. Make sure you finish with one to the left. And then relax. Let's go hands behind the back. Can we split the stance? Not too wide. Soften the knees, tummy in. Let's do hip hinge here. So take a breath in, maintain neutral. Hinge from the hip. So we're trying to get a deeper stretch up the front leg. So come down, hold. Think about where you can feel it. I can definitely feel it more up the front leg. Brace the abs and come on back up. So I'm going to breathe in to come down slowly. Hold. And breathe out to come up. Let's have 2 more on this leg. Try not to lock the knees. Try not to change the shape of the spine. Lead of the chest. Last one here. Super. Give the legs a shake and then change. Again, not too wide, it's not a calf stretch. Tummy in, soften the knees. So hip hinging, lengthening. Imagine you are peering over the edge of a cliff there. Good. Coming up slowly. So front knee is soft, but we don't want to bend it too much. Leading with the chest, peering over the cliff edge there. 2 to go. Good, give those legs a shake, well done. Let's release the hands and take the feet shoulder width. Let's come into squat. Hip hinge, sit back squat, float the arms. Coming forward and up, let's lengthen, reach onto the toes. Weight transferring from heels in the squat to toes in the heel raise. Stabilize the ankles and the feet. Keep that moving slowly, please. Nice steady breaths as you move through. Let's have a couple more in either direction. It'll finish with a heel raise. Relax, give everything a good old shake. So let's come onto the hog now, onto the smooth side. And let's continue with our squats. So stepping into the middle for safety, then easing my feet out to the edges, just having a gentle rock there. So our feet are in a slightly narrower position and obviously a more unstable position for squat, so perhaps not as deep. Tummy in, hip hinge, sit back, and then you can either pulse or you can rock your hog if it doesn't hurt the knees. So pulse if there is knee pain, rocking if not. 3, 2, and 1. Push through the thighs, lengthen up onto the toes, breathing in, tipping the hog, coming down, sitting back, squatting, and rocking or pulsing. So the hog will rock quite far to the front, not so far to the back, because we don't want it to throw us off. 2 more. And then come on up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come on back down. Sit back and rock. Two more. And come on up. We're going to do one more round. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Stretch. And then pedal your feet, please. Just release the feet and ankles. Good. So we've not done our ankle mobility yet. Let's see if we can do it on the hop. Bit harder. Bring your feet together. Turn your toes out slightly. Tighten up the bum. Tummy in. Right leg in front. Flexing and pointing. Now find something to focus on. And if it's too wobbly, then come and do it on the floor. Or hold on to something with your hand. Rotate. Go the other way, please. Rotate. And relax. Change legs. Forward and lift. Flexing and pointing first. Tightening up the buttock and the thigh on the standing leg. Rotating slowly. Oops. And the other way. Rotate. Brill. Just pedal those feet once again. Can we take them back to the full width of the hop? Soften the knees. Arms across the chest, rotation. Inhale. Exhale, turn the shoulders. Now your hips might want to join in and that's okay. So spine and back should be nice and warm. And so if the hips want to move, let them move. But still initiate the movement from your shoulders, please. Finishing with one to the left. And relaxing. Brill. Come back with the heels in the center and the toes turned out. So holding the pelvis now, let's have sand circles. So free up your right foot to the front and just skim the floor if you like, around to the back. And then back around to the front, keeping the pelvis still. And now if you can hover your foot off the floor, hover your foot off the floor. So trying to maintain pelvic and spinal stability as we're doing this. Now I'm holding on to my hips to check them, but if you need your arms to go out to help you balance, go there. 2 more on this leg. So really challenging the core, challenging the pelvic stability, and challenging the balance. Last one. Come forward and pedal the feet. And then just change again, heels together, toes turned out, tighten up buttocks, tummy in, freeing up the left foot, and round it goes. Some feedback from those hands. Are your hips as still as possible? Is your tummy engaged? Are your glutes fired up? Next one is your last one. Ooh, harder on this side. And relax. Brill. Pedal the feet. Good job. Okay, stay where you are, please. From here, bring your feet together, toes forward. You're going to squat off the side. So step to the side and then sit into a squat. Watch you not pushing across, and then come back to center. And if that feels okay, you can just think about speeding it up a little bit. Now, if you need to do it more slowly to maintain your technique, that's fine. So just moving from right to left. Guys, if your balance and everything is okay, change it for a lunge. So we don't want the back heel to touch the floor. We want to step, dip, and then come up. And if you can make that one smooth movement, you can do that. But if you need to place it a bit more slowly, just to get your technique, go for that. We are going to make this a bit harder. So, right leg only. Lunge, knee lift. Lunge, just the right leg. Knee lift. Doing 6. Make sure your back heel is off the floor as you step down. 3 to go. 3, arms can be doing whatever feels okay. 2, 1, little foot pedal, and let's change to the left leg, stepping back first. So ball of the foot comes down, knees bend, power up through this leg, knee lift and balance, breathing in, breathing out. 3 to go. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Foot pedal. And let's go hamstring stretch. Back on the left, hinge the hip, lengthen the spine. Now lift your bottom until you feel the hamstring stretch, and then rock the hug. Uncurl and change legs. Hip hinge, chest down, buttocks lifted, rock that hug. Uncurl and give your legs a shake there. Brill, get rid of that hug. And then let's have a look at our roll down. So, tail is tucked. Let's extend the arms first. Looking up, breathing in. Breathing out, coming down. Nodding, rounding and rolling. Just coming down to bottom rib or bra strap there. Knees are soft. Breathing in. Breathing out, uncurling. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, come down. Nod, round, and roll. Can we come down to shin height? Let the arms hang. Inhale. Exhale and unroll. Little bit lower. Inhale with extension if you like. Exhale down. Nod, round, roll. Coming down to shin height. Let those arms still hang loosely. Keep pulling in on the belly button. Guys, if you're ready for downward dog, walk forward. If you're not ready, roll back up and down once again. If you are in downward dog, take a minute here. Straighten the arms and legs, lift the bum, and then just pedal the feet at your own pace. So just totally working under your own steam here. If you're ready for plank and press up, you can go there. You can do that on your toes or your knees. So we've got 4 positions that we want our body to roll through. Spine stretch, hamstring stretch, shoulder stretch, and then your strength work for the core and for the upper body. So spend at least 2 breaths in each position. So take time to really listen to your body. Make sure you're feeling the stretch where you need to be feeling it. Is it your hamstrings? Is it your back? Is it strength work for your core? These are good. Well done. Keep moving, please. Guys, we are going to do one more round. So one more round of whatever option you have chosen. And then once you've finished, you are going to come onto your knees, grab your mat and your equipment. Please make sure you tip your screen if you can. And then come on down. So once we're down here, we'll just roll our spine through cat stretch on all fours, moving through flexion and extension if your spine is okay with that, but making sure we initiate the movement from the lower back. So focus here is lower back, but you can roll into the upper back if it feels good. Last one. As when you finish, come on back to shell stretch, head on hands, and then just take some breaths here into the back of the rib cage. Hands coming to side of knees, support the body weight on curl. Let's come forward onto all fours for thread needle. So the left leg is out to the back with the knee locked. The weight's not all the way back, it's transferred evenly between the arm and the supporting leg. I'm opening the chest, looking up, coming down, threading the needle. So my left arm doing a 1-arm press up. And I'm going to do my first few with no equipment, just to stretch through the spine. Still working with the body weight. And then you can add a band or a dumbbell. So I'm going to add a dumbbell to mine. If you want to just stay with your body weight, that's fine, because this is our first all fours exercise. And you might just want to continue to get everything moving. Just one more. So I'm changing to the other side. I'm going to do the first half of my set without my dumbbell. My right leg is out, then my weight is transferred between the arm and the leg. Breathing in as I open and rotate. Breathing out to thread through, and a little 1-arm press up. So trying to get my ear close to the mat, but not dropping my body weight onto the mat, maintaining it in the shoulders and the upper body. And then I'm going to add my dumbbell. Last one, please. And then getting rid of any equipment there, guys. You can cat stretch or shell stretch. Might just want to give those fingers a wriggle, maybe release the wrists, maybe release the shoulders. Just taking a little break and a couple of breaths. And then hands come inside the knees, place weight in them, uncurl, support your body weight. Come on down onto your bottom. So I'm going to work with my chi ball behind me for a half roll back. I'm going to put my dumbbells either side and I'm going to come to them shortly. So lining my ball up with my bottom, taking it a little bit further away, lengthening, breathing in, breathing out, scooping and rolling, landing on my ball. That feels like it's in the correct position. So I'm going to let go of my legs, inhaling up, exhaling down. Good. If everything is okay as you're doing that, you can now go into your bow and arrow. So we're rotating from the waist upwards. Make sure you're still getting that pelvic tilt in. That's really important to support and protect the back. Just change my camera angle a little bit. Okay. And so if that's all feeling okay, you can add a dumbbell. Got a shoulder press, dropping onto the ball, tucking my elbows in, and 4 rotations here. So lower back should be nice and warm, just done rotation with our thread needle. But strengthening the waist, strengthening the lower back. Can't seem to get this angle right today. One more try. There we go. Last set. Take your feet wide. When you are ready, slump stretch forward. Hold it there. Can you breathe into the back of your rib cage? Nice deep breaths. Get all those intercostal muscles stretched. Uncurling your spine. Good. Coming down onto your back, please. So make sure everything's to hand. And then I'm going to put my block under my head. You might want to go with a ball or a cushion, or you might be happy flat on your mat. Bringing my knees in and just circling my pelvis there. So I'm going to go 3 or 4 times in one direction and then the other. From here, I'm going to stabilize my pelvis. I'm going to continue to stretch my hips. I'm doing single leg stretch. So I'm giving a good pull on the bent leg to stretch the back of that hip. And then I'm lengthening my other leg away to stretch the front of that hip. So I'm going to add resistance by lifting my head and shoulders up off the floor. Exhaling as the leg moves away, I'm going to add rotation. And then finally you can add strength by letting go of the legs. Take your time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on, in and down. Brill. Feet together on the floor, knees bent. Arms out to the side, palms up. Open knee, hip roll. Moving from right to left slowly. Turning my head the opposite way. Shoulders in contact with the floor, everything else can lift. I'm breathing in to drop. And I'm breathing out to lift. Can we finish with one to the left? Good, come center. Can you put your hog spiky side up underneath your pelvis? So you're not going to want anything under your head for this one. Tailbone in the middle of the hog, buttocks near the front, hands on the floor please. Coming back up with the legs, this time just to tabletop. So what you don't want is for your knee to pull in because that's going to move the pelvis and the lower back. So the spine is now in this fixed position with a gap underneath. From here guys, can you just do single leg stretch once again and just check how that feels on your back. If it's reasonably comfortable, toes to the ceiling, straight leg, drop, come back up. Drop, come back up. Still bracing through the abdominals. If that feels okay, take your fingertips to the ceiling. Pin your shoulders into the mat. And now rather than drop and lift one leg, can you scissor? Scissor your legs and scissor your arms if you can. Now don't worry too much about which arm goes with which leg, doesn't really matter. Exhaling on the switch. So none of this should be irritating your back, but you should be able to get a little bit more load into the lower abdominals because that leg can drop lower when the hips are lifted. Super. If all of that feels okay, guys, one final progression to finish, little pulse. 1, 2, 1, 2. So you don't have to pulse. Got 4 to go. Please stop if you need to. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Knees come in. Can we have a full body stretch across the hop? Good. Back arching. Rib cage lifting. Now breathe into your diaphragm. Good. So the only way we can stretch this diaphragm is with deep breaths. Bring your arms back over. Draw your legs in, please. Take your hug away. And then just give your knees a hug and get some movement back into that lower back. Can pop something back under your head if you wish. I'm going to put my feet on the floor, the full width of the mat, knees bent. Arms out to the side, and I'm just going to release hips front and back with that little rotation. Shoulders are down, ribs are lifted. Well done. From here, we're going to go for a roll up into a double leg press with our band. And so I'm not going to want anything under my head for this one. And if you know you can do this happily without your band, feel free just to go straight away without your band. Oh, I'm all colour coordinated today, my leggings and my band. Bend the knees, tuck the elbows in. So we don't want the elbows to touch the floor. As we push into the band and roll, we don't want the arms to come away. Make sure we maintain resistance. So it's a slow balance, but we can add momentum as we roll. If your back is happy with it, tuck your head in, lift your bum. Perhaps work without a band. So half roll like a ball, if it feels good. When you come up, please don't lock your legs, keep your knees soft. Otherwise you're just going to place too much pressure on that lumbar spine. For 4. For 3. For 2. And holding. Stay here if you can, brace your abs. Teaser. 10, big or as small as you like. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Down you go. And then into nice big starfish stretch to the 4 corners of the mat. Pop something under your head if you want it. Take some breaths there. And then bringing the arms and legs back over. Let's have a release, knees bent. Can you put your right ankle on your left knee and open the hip? Arms are out to the side, palms are facing the ceiling. Drop your knee towards the floor on the right, turn your head to the left, and inhale. And then exhale and come back through center. Dropping over to the other side, so big rotation, keeping the knee pressed back if it's not hurting the knee or the ankle. And changing legs. Opening the hip and rolling slowly. When you finish, guys, coming back to center.